In this video, I'm going to talk about your gear. I want to show you how I look with everything on me. It's about 44 or 45 pounds. I carry on me at all times. And I'll go through what's in it in a second. So another thing that's going to help you out is just learn some really basic knots. And rope is fairly easy to find. Old sweatshirt pulls. You can find rope everywhere. And hair ties. I keep rope on me all the time. I have different kinds of rope, different sizes. I usually have one around my wrist. One's in my bag. So like this gear, once you put it on and off all day long, it becomes pretty easy. And honestly, you spend half your day. I mean, if you're not packing and repacking your gear over and over and over again, then you're really not gonna progress, because you have to constantly take it and air it out and dry it. So here, let me put my gear down. So I have two main bags. This one is basically a medical kit. This is clothing. So this is the medical kit, and I'll go through it real fast. I have butane, and I carry one of these. A lot of people look at it like it's a meth lighter, but if you're in real windy conditions, it's really pretty damn important. And I haven't had to cauterize anything, but my guess is if you had to cauterize a wound, this would be what you use. You got to fill it all the time. So in here I have, let's see, a good pair of scissors is very important. So I have butane. I have some antiseptic. I put this on my feet on a regular basis. This is betadine, which is just basically iodine, and it's like blood. And this is also betadine that I refill, which is iodine, and it just gets everywhere. You can't do anything about it. These are, one of them's medical scissors. These are, both of these blue ones are actually medical scissors that came out of a first aid kit. And so when all this stuff is tied together, it has a different appearance. So I can tell when somebody's been in my bag because of how all this stuff is positioned, because you got to go through these to get into the bag. And these are basically, they have they're pretty sharp. They're medical scissors. And you got to let them air out every now and then. Everything gets a little bitty, just a little fine layer of rust. No matter how well you store it, especially at the beach, it's going to get a little bit of rust. But you got to clean this stuff off. And here's kind of more of like my personal hygiene stuff. You know, razors, and this is conditioner, a marker. I had this on me at all times, but I just never used it. People have phones now. And then the big stuff is here. So these bandages, this is good for covering dressings and gauze and that type of stuff. The towel is really vital, and you don't have to wash it too much. You know, as long as you use, I put antiseptic on this and clean my feet. And I can use the same socks actually for 3 or 4 days if I rinse my feet with antiseptic. And that damn powder spilled. No, it didn't. This is basically just different levels of gauze. And you have to double wrap everything. You know, double and triple wrap everything. It's just different size gauze. These are sterile surgical gloves. I had more gauze, but I actually had to use it to go to the bathroom because I couldn't locate toilet paper. These are different size bandages, wraps. Stuff in here. There's actually fentanyl test strips, even though I don't use fentanyl, but in case I want to test my food. A lot of bandages. Vaseline for your hands. And then this is actually one of the more important things. Foot powder is important. Somebody went in my bag and spilled this everywhere. So let's see here. It's cold compress. I haven't had to use it. I got different kind of scissors, and you don't bag these; they're gonna rust, and you do have to let them air out. Like rope cuts, surgical supplies. Stuff looks dirty, but it's all pretty clean. And this is just different size gauze. You can actually, if you open a big thing of gauze, and as long as you have stuff to kill bacteria, you can kind of reuse this stuff. Not reuse it, but it doesn't have to stay like in a sterile packaging as long as you have this stuff to cover the wound. And this tape is actually very good. And I don't really use Band-Aids anymore. Band-Aids seem like a waste of money. They never stick. A little piece of gauze and a little bit of tape. And then these are kind of shower shoes, multi-purpose shoes. Always, and when you tie stuff up like this, people can't really, you'll know when people have been in your bag, and it takes people more time to get in your bag. And also one common thing too is people can open your backpack while you're not facing them, and you have all this weight and stuff on you, and you won't notice that somebody's in your bag when you're standing there. So if you take off the shoes, I don't want to empty this out right now, but that's the medical kit.